What's up, future me, digital me? I just took a shower, by the way, because I was getting all scummy. Um, so I'm feeling fresher and cleaner, but this needs to be dealt with at some point. I think I'm gonna let it grow out a little more because it's easier to take off when it's longer. So enough about my personal bumminess, but I it just reminded me of something that I wanted to mention and put out there. I have been saying to myself and to the universe, but I want to put on the digital record myself now that I do these things. Um, and it's that uh, everyone, but particularly the people that actually have the money to, um, you know who you are, you know. Um, that would be, you know who you are. People that are severely comfortable. Everything's paid off. Your after tax income is, I don't know, over $100,000. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of more, but basically, you are everyone who's wealthy, and I'm not even talking about at that level, really. I'm just saying. Uh, Let me get into it before I lose people. Because a lot of people that probably watch my videos are like, dude, you're taking too long. What are you doing? You're losing me. I was watching this for like 30 seconds and I'm like, fuck this. Yeah, I know. She said, people were able and willing to view paying taxes as patriotic. And, this feeds into the um, if you put forth policies and programs that allow everybody to have jobs and employment and opportunities that make the people, make everyone, and make everyone's lives better, more fulfilling, and just give them something decent to do that, you know, kind of makes them feel more than I gotta go to work again, and I gotta go more than I gotta go to work again, but I gotta go to my second job, and just to cover, you know, my second job just to cover my food because my first job only covers my rent and my utilities and maybe my car payment and gas. So now my second job is for food and childcare or something like that. It's like, um, give them something that it's like 140, better yet 32-hour a week job, but I don't know. Let's chop it down one tree at a time here, figuratively. And one job that will give people a sense of this is on an upslope instead of a downslope. And that will at the start give especially the richer people the incentive and the kind of idea, the emotion, the morale, the whatever you want to call it, to say, all right, now I'm willing to, paying taxes, okay. I can see that my tax dollars, my increased tax rate, is actually going to something that's doing something. Instead of, I'm paying all these taxes and what the fuck are they doing? They're not, it's not doing anything. It's not helping, one, it's not helping the people that actually need the help. And two, it's not helping me. I'm not seeing the return on my investment. It's called ROI, return on investment. And these are the people that actually know what I'm talking about when I say return on investment. And these are the people that think of taxes as investment, not just, hey, you're stealing my money. And think of it as investment. So that's what you need to, Democrats especially, because Democrats are going to be running on raising taxes. You need to put forth a set series of initiatives, plans, whatever the fuck you want to call them, programs that are going to be delineated specifically, that are going to not only give people these tasks, but you're going to be able to say, look, we're going to do this, it's going to accomplish this, and it's going to make your lives better in these ways, and we are going to do these because it's going to increase quality of life, and at some point you're going to also see the tax base increase. And we're not necessarily going to guarantee you lower taxes in the future, but that cycle of taxation and stuff will increase the rate of progress for the nation. And hopefully we'll be able to see that the rate of progress for the nation and the world is good for you. Even though I hope you can have the necessary vision to see that, see past your own what do you call it? To see past, I don't know, your own self-interest. That's what I was trying to think of. And realize that, we're all in this together. Helping, like I've said before, helping the guy 5,000 miles away is helping you. Helping everyone outside of the borders of the U.S. is just as good as helping everyone inside the borders of the U.S. Especially today. It's just the way it is. Currently, we may want to focus much more intensively on America, at least in the short term, but given what's been going on. But once we get the gears moving again, we'll be able to, set the sights on a more global everything. So, because we're always going to be a big country. I mean, we still got 300 plus million people that are not, age 0 to 8, 10. I don't know what the demographic distribution is, but it's got to be like 300 million, something like that. For right now, at least, I keep wanting to deport like the stated numbers between 10 and 100 million people. Some of them say they want to deport 100 plus million people. I know that's kind of scary, but some segments say they want to deport 100 million people. That's not the most public number. Some say they want to. Anyways, so always gotta try and view taxes as being one of the most or more patriotic things, nationalistic things, virtuous things you can do if you want to have a democratic and representative society. If you want to have a society that is not run by dictators or warlords or something like that. If you want to have a dictatorship, then fine, don't pay taxes. Sure. There's no reason to pay taxes if you're going to have a dictatorship. Just self-organize and break off, because who gives a fuck? Why bow down in fealty to a person who's going to eventually screw you over? You might as well organize them amongst yourself and people that agree with you and form private militias and get ready to defend against the dickish dictator. It doesn't make any sense to keep sucking up to somebody that's eventually going to kill you. But in a democratic representative system, it makes sense to pay taxes. It makes sense to think of taxes as something that's almost like a reward for not having a king or a dictator or an authoritarian. Like you've come of age as a society. And yet a lot of people like to be like, well, you're just taking my money. Well, you wouldn't have money if the U.S. government didn't certify that your money had any value. So, and we're going to see that soon if this administration keeps on that certain course. And the dollar is going to be worth less than the, well, let's call it paper that it's printed on. So, how don't you consider that? There you go. Tax kneecap ball punch.